some relation of my mother's took me away for a while as a nurse, but at whose expense, or by whose direction, I know nothing at all of it. The first account that I can recollect, or could ever learn of myself, was that I had wandered among a crew of those people they call gypsies, or Egyptians. But I believe it was but a very little while that I had been among them, for I had not had my skin discoloured or blackened, as they do very young to all the children they carry about with them. Nor can I tell how I came among them, or how I got from them. It was at Colchester, in Essex, that those people left me, and I have a notion in my head that I left them there. That is, that I hid myself and would not go any farther with them. But I am not able to be particular in that account. Only this I remember, that being taken up by some of the parish officers of Colchester, I gave an account that I came into the town with the gypsies, but that I would not go any farther with them, and that so they had left me. But whither they were gone that I knew not, nor could they expect it of me. For though they send round the country to inquire after them, it seems they could not be found. I was now, in a way, to be provided for though I was not a parish charge upon this or that part of the town by law, yet as my case came to be known, and that I was too young to do any work, being not above 3 years old, compassion moved the magistrates of the town to order some care to be taken of me, and I became one of their own, as much as if I had been born in the place. In the provision they made for me, it was my good hap to be put to nurse, as they call it, to a woman who was indeed poor, but had been in better circumstances, and who got a little livelihood by taking such as I was supposed to be, and keeping them with all the necessaries, till they were at a certain age, in which it might be supposed they might go to service, or get their own bread. This woman had also had a little school, which she kept to teach children to read and to work, and having, as I have said, lived before that in good fashion, she bred up the children she took with a great deal of art, as well as with a great deal of care. But that which was worth all the rest, she bred them up very religiously, being herself a very sober, pious woman, very housewifely and clean, and very mannerly, and with good behaviour. So that in a word, expecting a plain diet, coarse lodging, and mean clothes, we were brought up as mannerly and as genteelly as if we had been at the dancing school. I was continued here till I was 8 years old, when I was terrified with news that the magistrates, as I think they called them, had ordered that I should go to service. I was able to do but very little service wherever I was to go, except it was to run of errands and be a drudge to some cookmaid, and this they told me of often, which put me into a great fright, for I had a thorough aversion to going to service, as they called it, that is, to be a servant, though I was so young, and I told my nurse, as we called her, that I believed I could get my living without going to service, if she pleased to let me, for she had taught me to work with my needle and spin worsted, which is the chief trade of that city, and I told her that if she were to keep me, I would work for her, and I would work very hard. I talked to her almost every day of working hard, and, in short, I did nothing but work and cry all day, which grieved the good, kind woman so much that at last she began to be concerned for me, for she loved me very well. One day after this, as she came into the room where all we poor children were at work, she sat down just over against me, not in her usual place as mistress, but as if she set herself on purpose to observe me and see me work. I was doing something she had set me to. As I remember, it was marking some shirts which she had taken to make, and after a while she began to talk to me. "Thou foolish..."